Welcome to the early edition of the News at 10. I'm Hunter Funk. It's been 1 week since the FBI launched a search warrant into an illegal gambling operation in Wilder. The FBI says that search warrant led to 105 people who were undocumented to being detained by ICE. Abby Wilt joining us in studio now. You've been following this story all week. And Abby, there's been a lot of confusion on what went on that week. What exactly happened since last Sunday?
Right, Hunter. It's been a week of fear, trauma, and people recounting what they experienced Sunday with KTVB. From the initial raid to now families separated from their loved ones. We'll break down what all has unfolded. Sunday, October 19th, started as a quiet race day at La Catedral Arena in Wilder. Until at around 2 p.m. when more than 200 federal, state, and local law enforcement officers swarmed into the arena. They started seizing people nearby, and people were getting their wrists zip-tied.
You were fully zip-tied until your wrist couldn't move anymore.
They were then taken to a holding area inside the arena.
We were just all in a bunch. It wasn't even it was just a bunch of people, just trying to get out of there.
Shortly after, anyone who was not detained was forced out of the arena. Everyone has been moved out of the arena. You can see behind me just who all is here. We know that there is ICE here, the Department of Homeland Security, the Drug Enforcement Administration, Idaho State Police, and the Wilder Police Department. And the waiting for answers began.
Honestly, I'm just waiting to see if they're truly going to let the people that have proper documentation go.
Slowly, people with documentation started to get released, and those without documentation got loaded into a white van and taken to unknown locations in Boise and Mountain Home. On Monday, October 20th, families woke up with an empty seat at the table.
I've only slept 2 hours. It's been so tough.
Many rushed to the Elmore County Jail, where the ACLU of Idaho found that many of the detainees were being held. Others went back to La Catedral to pick up cars of people who were taken.
If he's going to come home to me and the kids, the grandbabies and my son and my daughter and all of his friends, because they keep calling me all night long and asking me if I heard anything. It's too sad. I hope nobody goes through this.
At the same time, 5 other people were being held at the Ada County Jail for an alleged illegal gambling operation that the FBI says is what prompted the Sunday raid. That was Yvonne Tellez, the owner of La Catedral, alongside Samuel Bijarno, Diana Fajardo, Alejandro Torres Estrada, and Cesar Orozco, who were all accused of allegedly assisting in the gambling operation. Protesters took to the Canyon County Administration building, demanding answers as to why more than 100 people were detained when the operation was to arrest 5 people allegedly involved in illegal gambling.
They cannot do this to our kids, okay? More kids deserve to be at school.
The FBI sent KTVB a statement saying, quote, ICE's Enforcement and Removal Operations Division was present as part of the broader federal team to process individuals who were found to have potential immigration violations during the course of the investigation. The FBI goes on to say their presence was separate from the criminal gambling investigation. On Tuesday, October 21st, Yvonne Tellez, the owner of La Catedral, appeared in court for the first time at the federal courthouse in Boise. He was released on conditions. Diana Fajardo was set to appear but didn't due to a transport issue. Samuel Bijarno appeared and was not released due to past criminal history. Alejandro Torres appeared and was released. Meanwhile, attorneys say the 100 detainees were split up and taken to Utah, Rigby, and Burley. On Wednesday, October 22nd, the last suspect in the alleged illegal gambling operation, Cesar Orozco, appeared in court and was released.
But I didn't have any doubt. He's been here over 20 years. He's a legal permanent resident, which means the United States found him to be of good moral character.
That's while immigration attorneys started to meet with families who had missing loved ones. Attorneys started to question the FBI's motive and how the operation was handled.
I think this could have been handled a lot better. That if they were going to detain people for criminal activity, the indictment said exactly who those people were. They could have detained those people and minimized the damage to everyone else. There's just a number of things they could have done. And if they were really investigating criminal activity, why did everyone need to be questioned about their citizenship?
On Thursday, October 23rd, Canyon County officials spoke out for the first time after the raid took place in their county lines.
We're left with the aftermath.
Caldwell Police Chief Rex Ingram says he wanted to clarify that the raid was through the FBI looking into illegal gambling, but how the situation unfolded broke his trust in ICE and the Department of Homeland Security.
And a lot of those relationships since Sunday have been broken. The trust has been broken. So I feel like as a leader, it's my job to really engage with a community that feels that there's a divide right now.
Friday, October 24th, people still recounted what they saw, what they heard, and what happened.
The spectacle is what was wanted, and the spectacle is what they got.
And on Saturday, October 25th, community members gathered to show their support to those who are missing loved ones.
We have to stand up. We have to be here. We have to keep saying this is not right.
Donations keep pouring into the ACLU, helping families of those detained by ICE stock up on food and essentials, especially for children now left without their parents.
We need everybody, all of us. We can't just stay by ourselves and make it. We need to join up and help each other.
And the big question now is what exactly comes next, and the 5 people allegedly involved in gambling will continue through the legal process. The next preliminary hearing is set for Tuesday. And as far as the detainees go, I have been speaking with families. They say that the next steps are to get court hearings on the schedule to hopefully then reunite with their family members sooner rather than later.
Quite the long week, and will be probably weeks to come to see this develop. Thank you, Abby.